Hydroponics, an advanced guide to build your own inexpensive hydroponic system. Gardening plus home grower plus aquaponic plus grow marijuana. By George Sulliston. Narrated by Peter Mills and Jack R. James.
Intro. Hydroponics is nothing other than plants without soil. The plants only grow in expanded clay. These are the balls that are created by firing the clay at 1200 degrees and blowing it up. Expanded clay does not store water or nutrients. There is only air and sound inside. The plants also grow in expanded clay from the start. Although you can repot earth plants in hydroponics, it is not usually practiced because the plants take a long time to get used to and the success is not guaranteed. The pouring works by having a water level indicator in each container with hydroponic plants, which shows how much water is in the container. This also means that you know when and how much to refill. If the indicator is at a minimum, you can wait a few more days, but should then refill to the optimum and then wait until the water is used up. The maximum display is only used when you are on vacation and no one can worry about watering for a long time. The fertilization is carried out using a slow-release fertilizer that looks a little like soup powder, or you fertilize using a liquid fertilizer. Clear. But it depends on what you want to have, because not every plant is hydroponic. Mostly they are green plants, and only a few flowering plants. The range consists almost entirely of easy care plants that have few requirements. But that's what I find practical. If you want to make it as easy as possible, you will find a good opportunity for this in hydroponics if you are satisfied with a selection of plants. Basically, all plants can become hydroponics by growing them in a hydroponic system. They form special water roots, which makes it almost impossible to transplant them back into an organic material later. The same also applies the other way round. Since it is a closed system in which the hydroponics live, both the water and the nutrient supply can be regulated very well, which leads to cost savings. In addition, the different growth phases of the plant can be better controlled with this type of cultivation by adding nutrients. In short, hydroponics are somewhat more expensive to buy than traditional plants, but this will pay for itself over time. Hydroponics means that the plant, completely cleaned of soil, is planted in a watertight container which has a water level indicator with a substrate such as expanded clay. The watertight container is necessary because there is water all the time in the pot with a nutrient solution for the plants, about which water level indicator provides permanent information. The most common substrate at the moment is expanded clay beads, which are made from fired clay. These are also known under the brand name Lecaton. However, other substrates such as perlite, basalt, mineral wool, gravel, sand, and also polystyrene flakes are conditionally suitable for hydroponics. These materials have both advantages and disadvantages, which we at Gedike Greening will of course be happy to inform and advise you about. The prerequisite for use as a substrate is that the material is inorganic and free of lime. A crumbly structure is important so that the plants grow and thus have a secure hold in the vessel. Other requirements for the substrate are air and water permeability, as well as limited storage capacity. To counteract rotting, the use of a water level indicator is essential. The substrate should also support the capillary effect. The system makes it easier to maintain the original hydroponics. The water level indicator usually has 3 levels, minimum, optimum, and maximum, in order to ensure an optimal plant-specific supply. Of course, as with normal houseplants, the watering intervals of the hydro plants vary depending on the location, the pot size, and the plant itself. The cleaning of the plants, the removal of dead leaves or parts of the plants, and regular pruning and checking for animal and fungal attacks should be regular, respectively. Due to the fact that inorganic substrates are used, and the tap water does not have enough nutrients to supply the plants, nutrients must be added to the water. This is available in 3 forms: long-term fertilizer in the form of tablets, or free-flowing liquid fertilizer for the irrigation.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?